Hi, welcome to this new live stream by DRF Live. I am MinusDream and I'm glad to introduce you this new episode of European Racing Series. Let's use this time to introduce what will be this series and to say thank you to our sponsor. So let's explain to you what it means the European Racing Series. So you will see Spain, French, Germany, and some other. So if you wanna join us, just text us. We will see the management behind this competition. So we will see guys from the live streaming, from the race director that came to us and explained to us how the champions work. So the qualify, the race and everything else. But also we will see the pilot side. So what it means to be a FPV pilot in Spain or in Germany or in France or in Bulgaria. What it means when I can go to fly if I'm maybe going vacation to one of these countries. For me, it's a big idea. I hope you like it. But now I will say thank you to our sponsor. Let's begin with our historical brand sponsor. So I will say thank you to Iki Solution for the ST Magic Cleaner. This is a product for cleaning your drone after the training session. It will rub out everything, the grass and everything else that's sticking your drone after a training session. I would say thank you to Fox here too. Really, he giving us some the best analog product that you can find everywhere. So thank you, really. The Predator V5 is actually for me the best analog camera that you can find everywhere. And the Reaper is small and it's reliable. Really, thank you. Really, thank you to Fox here. Thank you also to Flycolor. Really, they gave us the best ESC that you can find, 2420 or 3430. They are really strong ESC, so it never killed. Maybe you can find an ESC that have 1 year, 2 years not on that after a racing series and still not broke. So really, thank you. Is really appreciate your help. Really. Also, I need to say thank you to T-Hobby. It's right here, T-Motor, but now it's T-Hobby, so thank you T-Hobby for sponsoring us, giving the best motor system that you can find from the new 2150, from the new F30, guys, the new F30, for me, oh, they feel amazing, they feel really amazing, without the little new screw, the 2 screw, no, 1 screw, amazing. Thank you T-Hobby to giving us this opportunity. And last but not at least, I will say thank you to S Impianti for giving us this t-shirt to all the team. And really, they are amazing t-shirt, the quality products are amazing, so really thank you, really. If the live streaming is not beginning, that means that MinusDream, so hi. Good evening. Hi Gabrux. Let's start with this new series, the European Racing Series. Let's start with Spain. Today we have the honor to introduce the Liga, the Gaelic GP. How do you call it for a fast call it? The Gaelic GP, Liga Pro Team.
I mean, I guess both.
Both.
Yes.
Okay. Let's say hi to our guest. Hi to Thunder. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so
Welcome
much.
to Salva.
Hello there.
And our teammate, my teammate. Hi to Sab. Or
Oh,
Sab. Hi.
hi. Good evening.
Good evening. Hope the audio is good. And if everything is ready, everything is good, let's start. So I will start from the pilot perspective, and after we will go to the management position, so the live stream and everything. So let's start with the pilot, Sav Thunder. What's your first thought about FPV drone in Spain? So what's your first interaction with the community?
Right. If I can, I will start with this question because I have a fun story. So basically, when I was in Italy back in 2022, I just did freestyle with some friends. Then I had to move to Spain, to Madrid, and I wanted to get into racing because I couldn't find any spots to practice freestyle. So what I did was just write a message to Spain drone team that I would move to Madrid, and they told me write to Roma, and then I wrote to Roma, and he told me there is a spot here in Madrid called the Club Petit Rojo where I go and fly. So just come one day, and I will show you everything. And basically, then he taught me anything. So it was through Instagram. My first interaction with the Spanish community was through Instagram, and it was very nice.
Okay, Thunder.
Me, it was a YouTube video from a French guy. It was in a very long time ago, 2016. It was a French guy racing with his friends in the forest and crashing drone completely straight through a tree. And I found it very funny, and I asked my dad, well, I want to do that. How? And then we found a Telegram community here in Spain, and there was a race in Barcelona. So we booked our flights there. We went to the race, but at that time, had no idea how to even build a drone. But it was like in that race more than 120 pilots, and we asked, okay, we need some help. We don't know how to fly, so there they had simulators, and I asked a guy who helped us to build the drone. We armed the drone, we started flying, and it was our first time flying, and it was an indoor race, so just could land, like take off, start, and hit the flag. So it was
Well,
very very funny, but
a first race in indoor, that's tough.
yeah, it is tough.
It was the same for me. We actually have the first chapter of the Coppa Italia that is in a model expo, and you fly inside this big area, but still all closed. I got my drone in the net sometime, like
Well, I think
always,
that
but
that's more lucky than to hit something more strong.
yeah, really.
Yes.
As a flat camp, where did you go?
Well, after that, my dad and I started building like this type of track at home. We started first in the simulators because we started crashing too much stuff and had no enough pieces to repair. So started putting a lot of hours in the simulator and Velocitron. And after it, we started building a track here in Formentera. And started
Okay.
getting good at it, and we went to more events, and we're here.
How many flat camp there are in Spain? Which one there are?
Sorry.
So
How many flat camp there are in Spain? As in Italy, we have 5 flat camp. So the BFC, So the Gache, the DRF, the Iron. So there are 5 flat camps that you can go and interact with the community, but in real life. How is in Spain?
So I think that there are maybe even more flight camps here in Spain, but they are more private. I mean, it's mostly pilots fields. So just as example, last day I went to Valencia and I went to fly with Juanpa, which is a close friend of Thunder, and he also was to fly there. And it was his field, so it was not a big field with many members like in Italy. It was a field of Juanpa, and of course there are fields with many members like in Valladolid, right? And there are many big fields, but I feel like it's a more private thing. It's very fun though. There are many fields.
So it's more private than public, as in Italy.
Yes, but
Okay.
I feel that there's like no very big clubs, but as there are more fields,
Yeah.
if you go to anywhere in Spain, there will be a place to fly somewhere close.
Exactly.
Anything to advise? So maybe if I get to in vacation in Spain, maybe Madrid, Barcelona, Formentera, so some flat camp around them.
Yes, in Telegram we have a community that it's divided through like cities in Spain.
Oh, really?
For example, here in the islands, like the community, freestyle, cinematic, racing, everything, it's in the islands about 100, 120. And if you
Nice.
ask them, and I think like in the Telegram community in Spain overall in the group are about 2,000 people who are there. So
Wow.
if you just want to go to a city, just write a message, I'm going to this city, and someone will
Hey,
reply for sure.
later,
Yes.
if you can send me the link, so I will set in the description of the video.
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vicente. Also, I need it because a lot of people ask me in Instagram, in the Spain Drone Team Instagram, about, oh, I'm in holidays in Spain, when I can fly. But usually I can answer it.
Right,
I will share with all of you.
actually-
It's very nice.
Yes. So the community is very open. I think that with basically any city there is not any city, but in many cities there is a flight field. So if you just ask the community, they will answer most of the times, if not all the times. It's a very nice community.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
really
people
nice.
ask me in Instagram.
Instagram, Telegram, YouTube. Any YouTuber to advise?
No, not especially.
There's one, the Drones. I think he's the one that most of Spanish, especially Latam people, relate to. He's a YouTuber of FPV that has I just searched it about 100,000 subscribers. He mostly do like reviews of small drones, but he had like a list of videos which I find very funny. But it's called Beta Flight and Beers. So it's basically like explaining in a very easy way how beta flight works, and I think that's like the main guy who you should relate.
So it's a
when
kind
trying
of
to-
Mirko FPV for us here, for in Italy. So explaining how
Yes,
to work. Okay.
Yes.
Go to troubleshooting and everything.
Yes,
That's
but his
nice.
videos are also funny. I mean, I watched them when I was younger. I loved them, even though I
Younger,
didn't understand
because you're old.
Spanish fully. But they
Because
are
you are
lovely.
good, yeah. Please. Go ahead. Sava? What are you saying?
I
Sorry,
remember,
I interrupt you.
I remember a few years ago, one channel called Flying Craft. We start to talk about drone racing, but I'm talking about 2017, 2016. more or less.
Long time ago. And as a race, what's your first race? Just standard, just you spoiled some of your first race. But what did you find? The ambient that defined the routes that defined the component that it shows at the first race. Can you explain us some of that?
I think for now it's very different than from the first race, because in the first race it was an individual race. So in individual race, even though like it is big race and there's a lot of pilots, there's like this feeling of I need to win this pilot, I need to win that pilot. Now that in Spain it's mainly team racing, I feel that everyone is very close to, and they try to help more each other, and we built like a community that it's not that like individualistic, or if I try to help you, you will win. Well, you need to help your teammates if you want to get a good result. And I think that now in Spain, everyone is trying to help everyone. If you ask SAP for something, an issue, or if you ask Roma or Sky, any pilot will try to help you.
That's good.
Absolutely. So my first race was in Tenerife, and it was a World Cup. And basically, what happened was Roma told me that he was going there, and I got paid. And I said, basically, I want to go there too. I had just one drone, but it was. I mean, I liked it a lot. I still have the frame and the motors, and I went there, and it was a World Cup, so it was very hard for me. But I met many pilots, even from Spain, and all throughout the race I had many issues that I didn't even know existed, and Roma helped me out, and also all the pilots around. So it was a very nice experience.
Oh, you finished.
I finished fourth overall, but it was just luck. Because yes.
Four at the first race?
Yes, but
Where
it
I can
was
sign.
luck.
That's really nice. And as a component of the drones, when you start, was the hot hardware that you have? Like when I start, just Express just coming out, so the bad FPV, and it was Mamba still have his power. How is for you? Sam?
Okay, so when I started, I had a Fox V1 frame, and I had Express LRS, yes, at the beginning, since the beginning, because it was 2023. And I had a Sky Stars stack, which I would not advise to anyone because it was quite bad, honestly. Well, my experience was bad with the stack. And yes, it was a beginner drone. It was analog, of course, but I had a lot of fun with it, and all my first DVRs are with it. And I think I never broke a single motor with it, so it was fun. Yes, but I also was slower, so it makes sense.
Oh, no worry. If you are slow, you can broke so everything too. So it wasn't luck.
You guys started with very with newer drones. I started with a 280 millimeters. It was Eachin Robocat, and I started flying 3S. So it was before the 4S era, and the drones flew very, very bad. Like when you crash now, like sometimes you have like a prop bended, but within that days the prop just destroyed, so you had zero propellers at any motor. It was very fun at that time, but I think like we didn't have even D shot. It was one shot 125
Shot,
something.
yes. Maybe you had F3 when you
Yes.
start.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard a lot of story about it. 40FC with F3 and Crossfire that didn't have a lot of range sometime, but just a lot of fun. They have a lot of fun here. And what frame do you fly?
It was a, I think, 7 mm frame at that time. It was like very solid, but you're destroying because at that time, like I started flying from angle mode and then went to acro, and the learning at that time was really hard. I think now that simulators are a lot more close to reality, you can get. You should get a lot more hours in the sim before switching to acro mode for sure if you don't want to break
Yes.
everything as I did.
Velocitron, lift off. Which one?
For me, Velocitron. Nowadays, I do a lot of Velocitron and DCL the game.
Yep.
That's one. It's very good also.
The
what
closed
do you
beta,
think?
obviously. Not the open. Because I have a friend that play on the game on DCL, but have the closed beta just for the racer, and is everything different. I don't know if the same for you.
Oh, I fly the one for the event. It's a bit more heavy than usual, but I think it's like everything. You get used to it.
Okay. How many race? Which kind of championship do you fly? So you say before it was an individual one, but it was a Gaelic. It was another championship.
It was another championship. When I started, it was not any league. It was more like a race at one city, a race in the other city, and now we're doing like a whole league where you go to every city to visit a lot of very cool places. You fly in very cool spots.
Yes.
And yourself? How many championship? Different championship.
So basically, I mean, when I first started, of course, there was already the Gaelic GP, but I didn't know about it yet. So I started basically with the Coppa Italia, which was my first championship. And then I also got, in 2024, I got into Gaelic GP. And it was, I think, the experience that gave me the most knowledge in FPV and the more. And I mean, I don't think I would have gotten better than I was so quickly if it wasn't for Gaelic, because the level of the pilots here in Spain is extremely high, and it just makes me push myself a little bit more. But I still don't. I'm not still even close to them. To Thunder, for example.
You're going fast, so
I wouldn't say that to be honest. I
No,
think
no.
right now there's like 6 or 7 pilots in Spain that are very close to each other, and I think that's like high up, especially the FPV level, because if anyone can win and anyone can beat you, you need to train more.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Just to finish the pilot side, we're going to Salva. Some spotlight of the best race that you had, one or two, that you remember clearly in your head.
So, I think that my one of the races I remember the best was the Spanish championship, the individual Spanish championship, last year in Burgos, because we flew around the statue of I think I don't remember what king it was, but a Spanish king. It was quite fun, and so we were in this square, and it was amazing at night with all the LEDs, and with all the people. I think that race like 20,000 people, right, Salva? Yeah, correct me if.
20,000 officially by major datas, 19,000 spectators along the days, along the day, the
And
Saturday of final.
Whoa.
yes, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. And yes, so that was my favorite one.
It in a specific moment, but along the day, because we start to train at, I remember, at 9 a.m. and we finish after 12. Along the day, 19,000 people.
I think that was also the best one for me, because I think that was the race where I really felt like a superstar. Like it was a lot of grandmothers, a lot of kids around, where they were asking, "Thunder, come! Can I have a sign?" And it was a really good experience.
Whoa, a sign.
Yes, in Spain we used to have like cards of our pilots that we bring to the kids at the events. So every
Yes.
kid that goes to the events wants to have
this
a
is my
collection
idea.
of all the pilots.
We had something like that, but we used just for the live stream. We never stamp. We never do a physical copy, but it was in our mind. And if you say that it's working, it's a great stuff. Oh, have a card with you. Oh, it's amazing. Really amazing stuff.
Like that kind of cards to shine. It's not the format that they are using in the LPD. Maybe Vicente has one, but
Yes, I think I have one.
Sav, remember to get me when you came in here.
In a Gaelic GP, a lot of kids call the pilots, send me one, please. And for the pilots, it's very special, I can suppose.
Yes. So this is one of this year signed Manuel cards. Manuel, who is the director of Gaelic GP.
He's the boss of LPD.
The boss, yes.
The boss.
And they are so good. They are shiny and kids love them.
But I will love too. So please send me some.
Of course. I will take you some.
Because you can enjoy with the pilots. The public is very happy with the signing of the pilots. It's a good moment for the pilots, I can suppose.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, nice. I didn't expect this. This is really good. Other one race as a spotlight.
I mean, if there is another one I can think of, it was the FPV Madrid World Cup last year, and I really liked it because it was a special track. I mean, it was not like something I ever flown before, because we used a high jumping bar as an obstacle. So basically, an athletic. It was an athletic track, and we used athletic obstacles as FPV obstacles, and it was very interesting.
Great. For you, Thunder? You say yes when you say the five Madrid.
Because, I think that both of that races were very good ones. I loved also the first one of Gaelic GP this year. We had one in Santiago, which is it's pretty far from my place, about 12 hours car drive, but it was definitely worth it because the finals there was like a lot of public, and it was during the night, and we were fighting during that race till the last lap, last two gates, me and Racer 250, and that one I really remember because I was very stressed because I could not make any mistake. And when you got it, it was like, oh my god, yes.
And you got it?
Yes, I got it, but it was
Good.
I was lucky because he made the mistake.
Okay. But you got it. So,
True.
okay. If the chat have any question, just text, and we will come back to the pilot side. But let's now start with the Liga, with the Gaelic GP. Salva, it's your turn. I will show
Okay.
some Gaelic GP video that you have in your YouTube channel. So please don't dump my video, please. Salva? Explain us. What's the Gaelic GP?
Okay, Gaelic GP is an organization dedicated to organize drone racings. Okay, they start in the beginning in Galicia with single races in Santiago, in Bueu. I contact with them 2 years ago because they management the Gaelic GP management a championship in Santiago de Compostela. I, as community manager of the Spendon team, talked with Manuel about the possibility to make an interview in our streaming channel in Twitch. After that first communication between us, Manuel called me to be part of the staff of the Gaelic GP to organize the League Pro Team de Drones, the LPD. And then Gaelic GP is the organization that organizes the Spanish League in Spain.
Okay. And did you say maybe when it starts? When is the born of the Liga? In?
Just the last year.
So you're
Yes.
fresh.
Yes, very
Okay.
fresh. Previously here in Spain, in 2015 and 2016, I collaborate with my brother and I don't remember, and Richard Vinuesa to organize the FPV Racing Spain 2 championship with more than 150 pilots in the same championship, individual championship. Before I arrived the what was the IDL, Iberian Drone League. And after the pandemic, here in Spain, we have a lot of time with our championships. And just in this Gaelic GP in Santiago de Compostela, Manuel told me about the idea to organize a championship in different cities in Spain. And after that conversation, we started the project and we finished the last year with 7 GPs, in a Liga of 7 GPs.
Oh, nice. And when did you start in this sport?
Was a rebound because I was working in Ecuador during 2 years in 2014, and when I arrived to Spain, my brother started to work with drones and drone racing, management of the first championship here in Spain. And after he decided to create the Spain drone team, only in the beginning, only to start to collaborate, I was part of the staff of SDT. And before, with the DCL, different championships, I increased my work in the team because it's like a hobby. And literally we start to be part of the Gaelic GP and the LPD.
Okay.
But more or less, I started in 2020, in 2015.
2015. So you thought long time ago. How
Yeah.
the things change. The
We
gear
we have
change.
a lot of change in the championships, in the pilots. I meet Vicente so many times, a lot of years with Vicente, and previously other pilots like Dani Pacha, Adri, Miguel, a lot of pilots here in Spain. El Verde, a lot of pilots here. And after the pandemic, as said Vicente and maybe Singularity, the rest of the pilots are new pilots, like Danube, like Siske, like Roma, like Shaf. Just now, when Shaf was talking about who starts, he told that he asked the Instagram of SDT, and just now I remember, okay, I was talking with you few years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have a lot of change.
And what's your gear for streaming?
Okay, my gear, my gear. Sorry.
Um,
The setup.
how to say it? Sub
The setup.
The setup. Okay. I understand.
setup.
Okay,
Yes.
we use a mixer of 8 channels. In one of these channels, we capture all the screens of the videos of the pilots in a divided screen, and the other channels are dedicated to the interviews, to cameras located in around the track, and two are dedicated for a mobile camera, and this and out. And the other channel is dedicated to times, scores, and this kind of thing.
Okay.
You have a lot of information to do, but the problem is that management these kind of things is very difficult, because in the first moment I was in theory I was the manager of the streaming, but after with the competition, I changed my role to race director, and it was very difficult to manage this information. Except the simple change the channel in a specific moments, like the start, like the finish gates, like the interviews. And in this case, it's only push 4 buttons, but we have enough capacity to do it better.
Okay. And did you say that the guys say that now is a team championship?
Yeah.
When you decide to do it, was a difficult choice?
No, in the first moment, we start to talk about the idea to create an individual championship. But late, after 2 conversations, we discovered that it could be a better idea make a team competition. You can ensure the compromise of the pilots. You can, if one pilot can assist in one event, in one GP, it's not a problem, because another pilot of the team can fly in this race, and it's more easy resolve the problems with the absence of one of pilot in different races. And in this way, we can ensure that almost 8 pilots could be participate in every GPs.
Okay.
And it's a
We in
different
Italy, we have.
concept.
Please.
Yes, because for the pilots it's a different concept, because they need to work in team. You can have a very good pilot, but if the other pilot of the team have a lower level, the team has a problem, like split in a lot of race. And if you had a great team like Vicente with less of with Singularity in Raiden. They have a very good team because if in one race defense falls, don't have any problem because Singularity can cover team.
Okay.
It's a different kind of flight for the pilots, and the pilot need to adapt to this type of race.
Say that you said to me that now there is a new rule, right?
Yeah.
The qualify is different. The
Yeah.
race too is all in 1 hour. How the pilot get this information? What did they say?
Let me explain. Okay, first we change the concept because this year we will go to make a championship based in relay race. Different teams have 15 minutes to make a lot of laps that they can, and they can change the pilot and the drone when they want. Usually when we expect that every 5 laps they need to change the pilot and the batteries of the drone. It's a relay race with 4 teams and 4 teams racing at the same time. We hope to create a championship with 8 teams. And our idea is focus it to the spectators in some specific hours along the day. For example, during the morning, the pilots are free to fly. They can train the tracks. After, in the afternoon, we organize in 1 hour. We organize the qualification laps for the teams. In this way, we can focus the public that assists to the event in one specific moment, because along the day you have a lot of people watching the championship, but in your feeling, except in Burgos, you feel that a lot of people are watching the championship. But if we focus in 1 hour to the public to assist to the event, the scenario could be full of people watching the races. And we believe that in this way we can have more spectators. And very important, the race has a duration of 15 minutes. In this way, the people don't see the problem that exists now with the races. Now you have a race in 45 seconds, no more, and after they can wait 15 minutes to the next race. We can delete it and make races of 15 minutes for the public enjoy it directly.
Oh, wait, I didn't get it. So after the race, you get 15 minutes to wait, or no?
No. Now we hope to have 4 teams racing along 15 minutes, changing the batteries using in the moment. They need to train about how to organize the team to do it quickly. But we have races of 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we count the number of laps that they made, and we show the winner of the race.
Oh,
but the people are watching a race during 15 minutes. Because now you can see you have a race of 45 seconds,
yeah.
And after the people need to wait 15 minutes, and the people go back.
It's better for the spectator. Maybe it's more tough for the pilot.
No, they have a lot of batteries to fly. They have the experience last year that they fly a lot of, but maybe they have a lot of stress in the moment to change batteries in this way. But we made last year a lot of proof, and I believe that they can tell you about the experience, because in my opinion, we have a good feeling about it.
That's what you're saying.
What do you think about it?
So
Stuff.
we tried it. We tried it last year, and it was. I mean, I had a lot of fun with it. I raced with Pablo Flor in the trial, and yes, it was tough to change the batteries and to coordinate everything, but at the end, it's 100% doable, and it's. I think it's a good part of it because it also has not just the heat itself, but also the strategy. So you can maybe pick the battery you prefer, the capacity you prefer to. I mean, you can. It becomes more of a championship because you can choose your strategy. So maybe change the battery more often, but go faster, or go slower because the battery will weight more, but change it less. So yes, and also you can organize with your team members, and it's very interesting. It's a nice format.
Thunder?
Yeah, I think it gives a whole world of possibilities. You can RPM limit your drone to 60% and try to fly more laps with it, or you can just full send and then your teammate do not full send that much. And I think for next season we'll have like a planned strategy like ABC. If you crash, you do this. If you don't crash, then you fly two packs. Then I fly two. So you have a lot of possibilities on how to properly manage a race, and it will depend a lot on how the race goes, if there's meters, if there's not. And I think it gives a lot of hope for some teams that their pilots are not that quick, but are very, very consistent. And I think it will probably close the gap between the teams.
It's good. That's really good. So coming back to you, Salva, can I ask you a question? Why just Twitch and not YouTube?
Okay. Certainly as well, I don't know. It was a decision of our marketing director, but we discovered that it's a problem because we lost all our streaming that we made in Twitch, and probably this year we will change to YouTube.
Because what I found is more of the guy use YouTube because on Twitch you can't get some quality. Like on Twitch, you are you have the 6,000 kilobyte for frame, but in YouTube you don't have this gap, so you have more quality of the image. So just it was strange for me when I look out for your stream and just see Twitch and not YouTube.
One more reason to choose YouTube.
Or restream.
Last year we was checking Twitch, but after the championship, when we talk about it, I believe that the next year we will change to YouTube.
Well, consider that you can use Restream as I use it now, so you can you can stream to Twitch, to Instagram, from Facebook, all in one setup. There is this program that sends everything in different direction and do everything for you. Just to say.
Yeah, the problem is that in some place we have a very bad signal.
Oh yeah.
And it's not easy in some place make a stream sharing to different platforms.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is a problem for us too. Yes. And did you say that in some place there is a bad signal, but just because more of your race is into the city, right? Inside the city.
Yeah.
What they say when you go there for the first time and say, "Hey, I wanna just do a race inside your city. What did he say to you?
Yeah, I believe that this. I think that this is a good point of the league, because we are looking for locate the races in the center of the cities, in the major place, this kind of place. If the place is open, we can put nets closing the track, and we don't have any legal problem. And we can bring directly the race to the public, because for the public it's very difficult to assist to a field camp all over the city, and this championship is focused specifically in the spectators. For one reason, we are selling a championship for the cities, and for the cities they can explain the cost of the contract of the championship to the public with a lot of spectators. If we create the event out of the city, we don't have spectators, and the city is not interested in it. And then we try to locate the events in a specific location to the cities, like a pavilion in the middle of the city, like Cáceres, I believe, I remember. Mayor Square in Burgos, in Ferrol, football court in Alcorcón. But in this case, for example, we have less people than in other place, because was very separated of the city, and then it's more difficult for the spectator to assist to the event.
But it's tough to organize everything, to close everything inside the city. It's a big idea.
We need to move
I'm fan
a
of
lot
it.
of material to create the track, the net. It's hard. It's a hard work.
But I am a fan of it. I will come to see, really, because inside of the city is a huge idea, and you need to do really good work for do this. Really, it's amazing job. Really, it's another perspective.
Yes, as you can see, the championship of Burgos was incredible, because it was in the center of the city. A lot of people taking coffee in the square. Was incredible.
Our most incredible race that we have in this 3 year that I play, so not a long time. We did a race inside the airport during the Centenario. It was a festival for the aeronautic. They gave us this place just near the flight ramp. It was amazing. It was 5,000 people, 500,000 people around, a lot of public, and feed this in every race. I feel like it's amazing. And with the card, with the signature, you did a great job. Really, you did a great job. Just to organize everything like that. So now, we are almost finished, guys. Let's do a spotlight of the people working there. So the collaborator that you have, the people working on the site just to build everything. So you have anyone that you need to say, hey, this guy is a famous one for us. Maybe. So no.
Okay, we have the maximum responsible of the championship is Manuel. He's the CEO of the championship. In the first moment, it will be the race director, but he discovered that in this kind of event we need to talk with a lot of people out of the event, major politicians, media, and he decided, okay, Salva, take this area for you, but also we have a lot of people working in the staff, working in the track, making the structure of the championship, people doing the time register. We are flying under a net, a lot of drones engaged in the net. We need a specific team to disengage it. And we have a structure of more than 20 people
Nice.
working on the staff. Race, just race, juice of race. 20 person more or less. I remember. I can't tell you the name of all of them because we are a lot of people. But it's a very good team because the pilots can as well can tell you that we have a very fluid championship every moment without a lot of pauses, and they can fly a lot of batteries in these kind of events, especially because we have a great team working with us.
Okay. This is a personal question about what I'm doing with the CSI drone racing and why I can't find anyone that doing this. What I'm doing with the channel, with the other channel, with the championship channel, is post GP. What do you think about this idea? So do a live stream after the GP, after the race, getting 1, 2, or 3 guys from the team, and do an interview about the race. So getting the spotlight of the race and everything like that. What do you think about this idea?
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas in this kind of aspects. First of all, make a summarize after every championship. Make interviews in streaming, but the problem is we don't have time to do it because it's a lot of work, a lot of video material to select image. The last year we can do it, but it's an idea that we have this year to organize all the team dedicated to the social media and create summaries of every championship and try to use this summaries to create more interviews in live streaming in YouTube or Twitch with the pilots, but we need to create this kind of material to do it. But it's an idea that we are working on it.
So
Especially
I'm not the
for-
first one to think about it. Okay.
Yeah, especially for have material to talk about all the year, not in a specific moments, because maybe this year we will have between 8 or 10 cities in the championship, and they mean that we have a lot of work to organize all the video material that we will create.
Okay. If I don't see any question from the chat, so I think we are good. Anything else to say, guys? Thunder, Sav, Just Sav, I see you.
To be here.
Thank you. Hope you like this kind of live stream about all the European Championship. I really hope that can be a long series. Next one we will have the Bulgarian Championship. In theory, we will see now. But nothing, guys. I will say thank you. Have a
Thank you.
good evening. I'm sorry for the
Thank you.
pop. So sorry
And
for the
let me
pop.
invite to the people
Yes.
who want to create a team and come to Spain to participate, to participate, because they will be welcome.
Yes.
Okay. I will leave all the Telegram channel, YouTube channel, and everything here in the description. So, what I can say, happy flying, guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'll see you guys in the race.